Sulu, Chekhov and Scotty, all exclusive. The same with Diane Can wasn't really in Star Wars a lot, you know. I personally didn't see him. Your only best way was to kind of order them, so it was one of the things, you know, you just had to order them, and you know, that was that. So he comes with your standard hands, he comes with his communicator, and he comes with his wee medical appliances. I'll take a photo once I'm back home later on and show you more me actually taking them out and posing them. I'll get a few photos as well on the figures that I've got. But I thought to myself, you know, I want to get him. He's a really hard figure to actually pick up nowadays for really cheap McCoys. So you know, he's nothing special. Obviously he's in his standard uniform, in his standard coloured medical uniform. You can obviously bend his knees, bend his hands up and all that, you know, and you know, that's pretty much him, you know. But like, you know, that's him, standard McCoy, Diamond Select. I wish they still made them. They were planning on bringing us out. The sets for Spock figures. They were going to bring us out the Klingons. They were going to bring out the Christopher Lloyd Klingon with his first commander, and there was plans on bringing that, and then that totally got scrapped, and Diamond Select just said, you know, no, that's going to be it, you know, we're not going to do any more. The line stopped, there's not going to be any more figures, so it was quite disappointing. But you know, it wasn't, for them it wasn't bringing in probably business. It was selling, but it wasn't selling as what it should have done, you know, with the Rafa Khan, Star Trek 2 Rafa Khan was bringing in good bit of business, you know, it was selling and people wanting these figures. So so this figure here is exclusive, you can only get him but order him. He's quite hard to find, quite expensive. I'm happy to pick him up. He does appear different in the film as well. He appears in this, and he also appears in his medical outfit, which you see once Scotty brings in his nephew, and his nephew's all badly burnt. You actually see him in that part of the film, and he's all different uniform. He's in his medical uniform, but they didn't release a figure. They only released just the one figure, which I thought is weird because you've got so many Captain Kirk. You've got Captain Kirk in regular one, Captain Kirk with his uniform on, you know, fully clipped. You've got his uniform with the undone, and you just see, you know, his white garment underneath. And then there's one with it's unclipped and you see his white garment and there's blood. So there's like, you're like, okay, so you've gave us like two but unclipped. One there's no blood, one there is blood. So you're like, you gave us so many Captain Kirk. You know, you've only gave us one of McCoy, one of Scotty. Scotty's different in the movie as well. Appears different in the movie. He's in his engineer outfit. You could have gave us another figure of him. You know, but they only released the standard Scotty with his uniform, which you only really appears. You only really see him kind of early on in the film, and then that's it. And then he's in his engineer uniform. But here's we stop with the complaining. You know, they brought out the figures. They're pretty good, you know, and pretty standard figures. They also brought out the cans and the Spocks. They brought out can, and then they brought a dying can, and then they brought Spock, and they brought a dying Spock, which the dying Spock's not actually part of that pack. It's not a part of that list at the back of the actual box. You actually buy that in a 2-pack, which comes with the Kirk and Spock, and yet again it's another Kirk you're getting. And the dying Spock's obviously all radiation burnt, and his hands all radiation burnt, and you can have his hand posed with the kind of, you know, like that, and you can have him posed with saying his last dying wishes to Kirk. So you know, it's strange, but you know, I wish they kept making them. They're good figures. I remember the day picking them up, really good figures. So that's me. I've got a hard figure I've ticked off my list. I've got McCoy, can tick him off my list. I'll go, yes, that's me, I've got him. Don't need to hunt him down, still got to find him. I just need to get a Terrell, I need to get a Chekhov, I need to get a Sulu, Chekhov and Scotty, all exclusive. The same with Dying Can wasn't really in stores a lot, you know. I personally didn't see him. Your only best way was to kind of order him, so it was one of the things, you know, you just had to order him, and you know, that was that. So he comes with your standard hands, he comes with his communicator, and he comes with his wee medical appliances. I'll take a photo once I'm back home later on and show you more me actually taking them out and posing them. I'll get a few photos as well on the figures that I've got. But I thought to myself, you know what, to get him. He's a really hard figure to actually pick up nowadays for really cheap McCoys. So you know, he's nothing special. Obviously he's in his standard uniform, in his standard coloured medical uniform. He can obviously bend his knees, bend his hands up and all that, you know, and you know, that's pretty much him, you know. But like, you know, that's him, standard McCoy, Diamond Select. I wish they still made them. They were planning on bringing this out. The sets for Spock figures. They were going to bring us out the Klingons. They were going to bring out the Christopher Lloyd Klingon with his first commander, and there was plans on bringing that, and then that totally got scrapped, and Diamond Select just said, you know, no, that's going to be it, you know, we're not going to do any more. The line stopped, there's not going to be any more figures, so it was quite disappointing. But you know, it wasn't, for them it wasn't bringing in probably business. It was selling, but it wasn't selling as what it should have done, you know. With the Rafa Khan, Star Trek 2 Rafa Khan was bringing in a good bit of business, you know. It was selling and people wanting these figures. So so this figure here is exclusive. You can only get him by ordering him. He's quite hard to find, quite expensive. I'm happy to pick him up. He does appear different in the film as well. He appears in this, and he also appears in his medical outfit, which you see once Scotty brings in his nephew, and his nephew's all badly burnt. You actually see him in that part of the film, and he's all different uniform. He's in his medical uniform, but they didn't release a figure. They only released just the one figure, which I thought is weird because you've got so many Captain Kirk. You've got Captain Kirk in regular one, Captain Kirk with his uniform on, you know, fully clipped. You've got his uniform with the undone, and you just see, you know, his white garment underneath. And then there's one where it's unclipped and you see his white garment and there's blood. So there's like, you're like, okay, so you've gave us like two but unclipped. One there's no blood, one there is blood. So you're like, you gave us so many Captain Kirk. You know, you've only gave us one of McCoy, one of Scotty. Scotty's different in the movie as well. Appears different in the movie. He's in his engineer outfit. You could have gave us another figure of him. You know, but they only released the standard Scotty with his uniform, which he only really appears. You only really see him kind of early on in the film, and then that's it. And then he's in his engineer uniform. But here's we stop with the complaining. You know, they brought out the figures. They're pretty good, you know, and pretty standard figures. They also brought out the cans and the Spocks. They brought out Can, and then they brought a dying Can. And then they brought Spock, and they brought a dying Spock, which the dying Spock's not actually part of that pack.